And now, the continuation of last week's episode.
So, I don't think I've done anything the past 2 weeks that
Holy
is.
shit! Did I derail that? I'm sorry about that.
Well, that's fine.
If that's what this.
That's what this podcast is. It's just, off the cuff derailings. It's just a giant train wreck.
Okay.
And that's the way we like it here. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'll be the hand grenade to your.
A little this,
Yeah.
a little that, a little bit of there, and a little back here too. You know what I mean? But yeah, I didn't do anything. I looked at more of these stickers that we have that we're giving out to people or sticking on stop signs illegal. I don't do that.
Oh, I got a fucking Knights Templar sticker for you that you can put on here.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm gonna stick it right on the goddamn camera.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go. Fucking
Yeah.
look at that.
yeah. Again.
White power.
Oh yeah, I forgot that step, man. Dude, it's so funny because now people look for people to make that hand gesture.
Yeah.
It's like okay.
Well, you know what was hilarious, right? I remember one of the biggest bigot.
Same vein of the
Dude, this is
topic.
all it's just fucking shit. It's just crammed down your throat. Everything's racist. Everything's racist. Here, suck this big multicolored dick down your throat because it's racist. One of the biggest things of that were brought in with the whole OK sign was it was a picture of a bunch of cops who had just graduated their academy, and they all did that. Do you remember that game?
It's the circle game.
The circle game.
Yeah, when you
do this,
get
and
punched
they
in
put
the
it
cock.
down, and if you look at it, you get fucking hit because we're cavemen.
Because we're
That's
guys.
what we do.
Yeah.
And so everybody's like, look at that. That's them saying white power. It's like, no.
And isn't it
it's
funny how they decrypted it to a Dan Brown novel? like the 3 is the W, and if you hold the thing like that, that's a P.
Yeah.
W P white power. You know what I mean? It was fucking national treasure for these people.
It also
dude.
could be waterproof.
It could be.
fucking,
Water pick. They might be a fucking gang of dentists. Who knew? You know what I mean? What if it's a secret hand gesture for dentists? Like, hey, fucking floss with water. It's better for the environment.
I have a water floss. It fucking works great. You know? Mm-hmm. Also, but, I'm just saying that it's that is a typical thing for, that's how you know this whole white power thing with the hand sign. It's dude, first of all...
How come gang members aren't canceled?
This also means asshole.
Yeah, touche.
If you see somebody walking around and they're looking at each other, if two dudes look at each other and go... It's probably saying, you're an asshole.
Or if you're in a Christian conversion camp, it means fuck me in the asshole.
True.
Because I heard that's all they do in the conversion camps.
That's why I only date Christian girls. I'm a Satanist myself, but if I can fuck a Christian in the ass, I'll take it.
Philippians verse 12-13 says, thou shalt take all of this.
Yeah. Thou shalt take this. No, but I thought
so true,
that's such a because that's such an old game.
Yeah.
That was the thing when we were in high school.
Yeah.
So you could tell that people who were decrypting this were either A, people who knew what that was and trying to stoke the flames, or B, so fucking young and stupid that they would take that as something.
Well, and it also kind of it could also be, if people knew about it, it could also be used as anti-gay. I'm surprised that they haven't used that argument yet. Because remember, because they'd be because you're looking at my dick.
Yeah.
You're looking down here because you're looking at my dick, so you're gay.
So you're gay, man.
Yeah. You're fucking gay, dude. You want to look at my dick?
Yeah. Which is such, that even too is such an immature thing to say.
Yeah.
When you were young, if somebody called you gay or the hard F, which I don't know if I can say that on the air, so I won't. But I'll say cunt. I'll say cunt till the cunts come out. But, when it came to that word, when you were a kid, you really hated that shit. You're like, no, I'm not. But then you get older, and it's you're comfortable in your sexuality.
Yeah.
Somebody calls you gay, you're like,
who gives a fuck?
Okay.
Yeah.
Some
I
guy called me a fag in traffic the other day.
He called you a cigarette?
Yeah, he called me a British cigarette.
You piece of shit.
And I was just like, Like, okay.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's so funny because when you're older, like when people just like throw shit at you, the insults like that. Well, maybe some people get like triggered, but for me, I just like laugh. I'm like, you're fucking lonely.
Yeah. The fact that you felt the need to stick your head out of your window of your car and yell that at somebody. I'm glad I told them how I felt. I will never fucking see you again in my entire life.
Just fucking. I'm gonna let this fucking guy know.
Let this guy know.
Fuck you.
It had to be a hand crank too.
Yeah.
You know he's not like, get the fuck down, go faster, go faster, go faster. Hey! You know he was hand cranking.
Why didn't I upgrade to the 2000 model?
And that's probably why, because he was hand cranking and he's like, you know what? You know what's gonna get under this guy's skin? A 3-letter word. Like, honestly, if he would have rolled down his window and said, you're gonna die in debt, I would have been more upset.
Yeah.
I would have been fucking horrified.
How do you know?
I would have been driving, like, at the time, I'd probably been like, okay, like, same reaction. Yeah. And then as I was driving, it would have sunk in and be like, oh my god, he's right. You know? Like, that would have had more of an effect on me than fucking Meg.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like I'm driving, I'm just like, oh.
You're gonna still be paying for college when you're in your 50s.
Yes. You know, it's like you went to college for 4 years and sunk over $1,000 in debt for a degree you're never gonna use. Like, if he did that
for something that you're never gonna fucking do, you're gonna be in another field, but you're still gonna owe over $20,000. Ha ha.
I'm just gonna try. I would have thought about it. It probably would have ruined my day. Yeah. I would have been like, that motherfucker. That motherfucker was so right.
And the government's not gonna help you anymore. Ha!
But the fact that he used the hard F, I'm just like,
that's like, you know, that's some shit that he was really angry because, like, when you're mad, you don't really think things. You just kind of fucking just say things.
Unless, of course, you're like a cerebral assassin, where you're just like,
oh, you mean a woman? have you guys ever gotten into an argument with a fucking lady, dude? They cut you so fucking deep, dude.
They don't fucking realize it either, and the thing is too is that is so fucking like just. It's just ingrained into their DNA that they're just like, oh yeah, well if I leave you'll die alone, and then they walk away, like, and you're just left there going, you fucking.
Like, I dread when I'm fighting with my wife because like she turns into a fucking DA, dude. Like, she has like all the facts, she has all the timestamps of every event, like, and I'm just like fucking dumbass that decided to represent myself, and I'm like, well, in January, is there 30 days in January?
Well, if I remember correctly, back in the day of November of fucking 1982, you said that the Alfredo I made for you,
was not as good as your mom's.
Al dente.
Yeah.
Do I have something in my beard? Or is that just gray hair? I don't know.
Nah, it's probably just gray hair because you're getting old.
I'm fine with that. This is a bit of wisdom. If you can see the gray, it's a bit of wisdom.
That's what we tell ourselves to not feel so bad.
Dude, I am so excited to get old.
Like,
why? Because mentally I'm forever 25 until I start getting dementia, and then I'll be old. But when...
No, or you'll live forever if you have dementia. Because in your mind, you're stuck in that.
Dude, that is a fucking great way of looking at it.
Silver linings.
Silver linings.
That's what I'm here for, dude.
No, I'm so stoked to be getting older. Like, I know most people, and it's probably because like I live a very carefree lifestyle of just, if I can pay my bills, I'm fucking fine. Anything else, I'm riding. Dude, I'm killing my liver. I'm smoking cigars like I'm about to go to the fucking firing range.
Yeah.
I'm all about...
You shoot guns now?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why is everyone shooting guns now? Oh, hi, Sly.
COVID. That's why. COVID, and someday we're going to have to shoot a motherfucker for toilet paper. And I want to make sure my goddamn...
Gasoline nowadays.
Is accurate.
It's gasoline nowadays.
No, just fill up a garbage bag. You'll be fine.
People are so fucking dumb, dude. When my wife told me to get gas because they hacked the pipeline, I didn't get gas that day.
Yeah.
Because I immediately knew, like...
Because you have a Tesla.
Because
I plugged my car into the fucking wall. That's why.
No, I have one of those clown cars with the crank.
And you won't believe how many people I can fit in this thing.
The room is insane. I've got my grandma, got my grandpa, I've got my grandma's grandma.
And they're both dead.
And they have an elephant in there. It's crazy.
No, like when I saw that, when people were like, oh my god, there's a gas shortage, I better go get more gas. It's like, what the fuck? Like, listen, we just got through a pandemic where you didn't do anything. Everything you did from your house. Mm-hmm. You will be
where the
fine.
fuck you going with your gas, dude?
Yeah, you will be fucking fine.
Yeah.
Like, there's a convenience store on, like, okay, for people who live in, like, the Alaskan tundra, I mean, obviously you have bigger fish to fry than a gas shortage.
I mean, or do they? Because they just grow their own weed there.
True. Yeah. I mean, you know,
and they can
I was
fish,
thinking more like the
right
pack of wolves that are constantly in your backyard. Like, we don't have to deal with that.
But how many wolves are fighting Alaskans, though? That's my question.
I think the real question is how many Alaskans are fighting wolves, because the Alaskans are probably losing.
I don't know, man. I think they're thriving. I think they're looking at the wolves and they're just like,
if there are any Alaskans out there who listen to Dads vs. the World, please contact us at dadsvstheworld@gmail.com and let us know that are you making it through? Are you making it through the winter? Are the wolves at bay?
And if you do grow your own pot, what strain do you?
Yeah, because I need to know, because that shit probably puts you on the fucking moon,
dude, man.
To forget that you're living in that shit.
Like, so me and my significant other, we partake in the electricless, Earth's gift to humans, if you will. And like, I don't know if it happens to you, but like, we are like legit comedians. Like they're like the funniest shit will happen. Like the other day, she was telling me how she cleaned the house and how she did it. She looks at me, she goes, look at how I've cleaned this room. Like she did this motion as if she was like a fucking Indian talking about the land that has bountiful of plenty in front of thee.
She became the Land O'Lakes
lady.
Yeah,
dude, it was...
Look at how I clean.
I saw her do the motion. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, what? I'm like, why did you do this? Like, why did you just move your hand gesturing to the room that you've cleaned? Like, I'm in the same room, lady. I know what room you're talking about, dude.
I mean, I noticed that when I partake in the power plant of the world.
The Green Dragon?
The Green Dragon. When I ride the Green Dragon, I noticed that that a lot of things that are either way funnier than they should be or are way more terrifying than they should be.
See, we haven't gotten to terrified yet. I haven't gotten paranoid
I hate
off
myself,
of it yet.
so when
okay.
When I smoke weed, I go inward, right? Mm-hmm. And I take a good hard look at myself, and I overanalyze shit as it is, but then when I become stoned, it's 10 times worse, where it's just like, you shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have told that clerk to have a good day. Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. It's like, why? Well, what if they were having a bad day? And what if you saying, have a good day? So I mean, they're already working at a store. They're obviously underneath somebody who tells them to do something all day. And now they have to follow your fucking guidelines of now having a good day because technically you're a customer and you're always right. Like, that is what the fuck happens.
So it gives you anxiety.
Yes. And that's why I don't partake
in
the Green Power Dragon
shitty.
as much. I know.
That's
because
shitty.
I'm just like, I have way too much shit to do now than to hate myself constantly.
I think you're just hitting the wrong strain, my guy.
But, like, even then, like, then it's like, well, what do I have to do? Well, you have to try other strains. Mm-hmm. Well, what the fuck if this thing pushes me into that black hole further? Now it's just taking my forehead and fucking poking me so that I just slowly drift back. What if it grabs me by the testicles and fucking just... Yeah.
Dude, it might. But, like, it's so weird because, like, I was the same way. Like, I didn't know, but, like, now, like, yeah, different strains do different effects. It's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
Well, and, like, I started... One of my favorite things to do, though, when I partake in the Green Power Dragon...
is eat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, dude.
Like, but I realize, though, when I eat, though, I'm more clumsy. Like, I already spill shit all over myself, but, like, when when the dragon has its teeth in me, I'm just like, fuck. Right? No, what I like to do, right? I like to watch movies because I actually was going to do a podcast of this. It was going to be called the movie High Dive, where I'm going to start a movie and start smoking through it, and then after the movie, I would commentate about what it was. And my most apropos moment was I watched the movie Airheads.
Ooh.
And got really stoned and turned it into an incredible drama. All right? And here's why. And I'm going to explain. And I remember this now that I'm stone cold sober. I still remember this because to me, when I was stoned thinking about it, it was such a moment that I realized I just looked like Jesus there. And that's pretty goddamn cool.
We're now a religious podcast.
Kevin's out, so if you noticed, I got Jesus to sit in with me. So in the movie's Airheads, there are three main characters. You have Chaz, who's played by Brendan Fraser. You have Pip, who is played by Adam Sandler. And you have Rex, who's played by Steve Buscemi. Now, in the movie, Chaz has a long-term girlfriend. Pip meets a girl and starts seeing her. Rex constantly, and I mean constantly, is shitting on women, degrading them, anything he can do. And the reason why that is because he's in love with Chaz.
It's like a fucking Spanish goddamn soap opera that you just dropped here.
Yep. He's in love with Chaz, and that's why he's always... If you watch, too, the power dynamic is that of Chaz is the stoic leader who only loses his cool a few times, but when he does, it's like it's to tell the group, you're fucking up. And he's not just ostracizing one person, but... Then that power dynamic drips down to Rex, and Rex is constantly berating his younger brother Pip and anybody else in the vicinity. So it's like almost like grunt work. Like the general says something, and then the man below him goes and takes it out on the whole troop. But it's because like in any time Chaz berates Rex, if it ever is directly, you see how much it hurts Rex. Yeah. And the reason why that is because Rex is madly in love with Chaz, and I immediately was like. If this was a drama, right? The moment where you find out it's a fake gun, like it gets broken in the door of they're heisting they're holding up a radio station, right? Right. And so when the gun gets broken, you see the look on Rex's face. He's like, "Oh shit, jig's up." But in a drama, what would have happened is the fucking sniper across the goddamn way takes him out. Yeah. Fucking shoots him. Bam! Oh, fuck! He falls down. Oh my god, they shot Rex! Pip and Chaz run. Chaz is embracing him. He's watching his best friend, somebody who he had dreams of creating this band and taking over the world with, is lying there dying in his arms. And he's holding him, and Pip's crying, and Chaz is crying, and Rex is fucking spitting up blood and bleeding and taking his last breath. And with his last breath, he looks up at him and he says, "I love you, Chaz." And Chaz is like, "I love you too, brother." And Rex goes, "No, I love you, Chaz."
And then the James Williams music kicks in.
Yep. And he dies. And then Pip fucking grabs the gun, and he's like, "You killed my brother!" And he runs out into that audience full of people and just starts shooting, because now they have a real gun, because Kramer dropped it, remember? Yeah.
But it's Adam Sandler, so he's like, "You killed my brother! You're all gonna die!" In that way.
He runs out and just starts spraying madly. My brother's dead. Yeah. I hate you all. And then the sniper fucking takes him out. One clean shot right in the head. Pip, dead. And then Chaz is left there with both of his friends. And I haven't come up with an ending yet, but that's where my head is.
Basically, everyone dies. It's almost like Thumb and Louise. Almost.
Yeah, but instead of driving off a car, they just get taken out by a sniper.
They just get sniped in the face by Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. It pulls away and it's Mark Wahlberg. Hopefully the trees don't stop fighting.
See what I fucking told you, you motherfuckers?
Yeah. Don't fuck with me. I told you I was crazy.
Yeah. Fucking Mark Wahlberg.
So I partake in the Green Power Dragon from time to time, but lately it's been very much like, hey, let's take a break. You got some shit you need to do. Yeah. There's some things in my life that I'd like to complete. There's some things in my life I'd like to see like flow in a better way. I'd like to be more productive in certain areas. And when I'm partaking in the Green Power Dragon, it takes me away from that. So
we just do it to sleep.
That makes fucking sense. Yeah. But me with, I don't know what strand is good for me. Mm-hmm. It's like I'll take a hit. All right, time for some good night's rest, and then my brain goes, nah.
Inside joke with my wife, we joke about the app Leafly, because every...
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, every pothead loves this fucking app because it goes through each strain and it tells you all the side effects. It literally breaks everything down, and it's so fucking funny because as soon as you bring it up to another pothead, their fucking heads just melt. It's like you were just talking about Michael Jackson or something, dude. It's so fucking funny.
What do potheads like about Michael Jackson?
Probably the inappropriate child thing. Or the fact that he has Neverland. That is a pretty cool place.
I mean, he had Neverland.
Oh yeah, touche. He's dead now.
Ain't doing him much fucking good now. Unless he's buried on that bitch, which I don't know if he is.
I don't know. I don't think he is.
I don't think he is either. Hopefully they shot his ass to the moon.
Dude, he'd love that. What are you talking about?
His corpse would be doing the fucking moonwalk on that motherfucker.
That's all SpaceX has been. It's just launching bits and pieces of Michael Jackson's decaying body to the moon.
Mr. Musk, can you tell us what exactly is the goal of SpaceX? Yeah. Well, I would like to have a ship that is piloted by my Tesla batteries from my car, and we'd like to bury Michael Jackson on the moon. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mr. Musk.
And how do you plan on paying for this said project, Mr. Musk? Well, with Dogecoin, of course.
I'm going to build flamethrowers and with Dogecoin.
And then afterwards, we're going to colonize Mars with Dogecoin.
Dogecoin will be the currency. But will there be dogs on Mars?
No.
All right, we're going to go talk to Jeff Bezos about his missiles that he's building for our government. Thank you.
We're also going to talk to Bill Gates and his recent split with Melinda Gates.
Bill Gates is microchipping people. Oh, dude, we live in such fun times.
Dude, it's so fucking weird.
I'm having such a good time during the age of COVID. It is unfucking believable. It was rough. It was rough, but we all got through it, right? We got through. We learned a little bit about ourselves. Hopefully, a lot about ourselves. I know, like me, dude. I went through a lot with COVID internally. I decided who I wanted to be finally. Instead of going about life the way that your parents tell you, your teachers tell you, all these authority figures. When this happened, it showed us flat out, fuck authority figures. They don't know what's best for us. They never have, and they never fucking will. We know what's best for us. So
it's true.
We all, I like to believe that most of us fucking took a good hard look at ourselves and decided that we want to be good people, that we want to be better people than what we were when it all started. And with that being said, I'm getting there.
It's like reeling it in.
Yeah. One of these days, hopefully before I lay my head down and take my last breath, I will look at myself and be like, all right, I guess you did as good as you could.
Yeah, when the lockdown hit, I found out that I'm not as social as I thought I was. I'm actually really introverted, and it's crazy. I kind of thrived in it, and
look, you started your podcast.
Yeah. We sure did. But that was kind of in the after effects of it, though. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well,
but it was definitely something that I thought about the whole time. I was like, I should probably create a podcast.
And that's fair. We kind of did. We had spurts here and there of what HES became, but for the most part, it was very much when lockdown first happened. I think we did a commentary episode with a group of people. We did, and we were. I think we did that in June. So it was sort of a few months after lockdown had actually happened. Yeah. But, when you said that about you becoming, you were definitely more introverted, I realized how extroverted I was through it. You know, like I always believed I was an antisocial person. I always believed that I didn't need people, that I could, you know, I was a fucking Coldplay song. I could go live in the woods and be by myself, and that's just it. That's not the fucking case. I didn't realize just how much I enjoy seeing people, and like with the whole mask thing, I cannot stand not seeing people smile.
Yeah.
You know, like I fucking hate that I can't speak with somebody and smile at them and fucking, you know, I heard this fucking, I hate that shit.
Dude, I play
Heather's probably losing her fucking mind right now because I keep covering my mouth.
I play a little game though with the masks. It's really stupid and immature, but like, are they good looking or not under there? Because you really don't notice, like, it's such a huge deal that when this part of the face is cut off, like, how, like, attractive that person is underneath. It's such a huge fucking thing.
So many people have told me how attractive I am because of my eyes, and then the moment I take the mask off, they're like, never mind.
I think they just called my Starbucks order.
I'm gonna go. No, it's cool. Actually, a friend of mine got me one because I only wear like a plain black one. I'm not.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't do the whole fancy thing and shit like that. But a friend of mine got me there's a character in Gwar called Balsac, the Jaws of Death, and he's just a big iron mouth.
Yeah,
and there's a fucking mask with that, so I wear that and shit, and it's I enjoy it because then people see it, and like the long hair, the eyes, and then that, and it's pretty fun to get people's reaction.
I fucking hate it when people have the masks where it's just another mouth.
Yeah,
because it throws me off for a little bit, dude. It throws me off. I'm like, the fuck?
There was one woman I saw, and I played that game, Is She Attractive? And she looked attractive. She had a great body, and her eyes were beautiful. But she was wearing a mask, and it was like a mustachioed man just with a big, goofy-ass smile. And I saw that and just died laughing. And because I was dying laughing, she was dying laughing. Yeah. So that was like one of those moments, too, where it's like, even with the masks, we can all still fucking have some fun.
It's so funny, because like sometimes, like, where you're like, well, they have the mask on, you're like, oh wow, that guy's got some pretty eyes, a nice bone structure, and then they pull it down and it's fucking Baraka.
Yeah. Holy shit. You need to go see a dentist. Yeah, I couldn't help but notice that.
Yeah, dude.
Shit, never mind. 6 feet. 6 feet.
2020 problems, man. Yeah, for sure.
And I'm thinking about this as me and you were talking about it. People are probably like, why in the fuck? Like, this is such a dated... Technically, this is a very dated thing. Yeah. Ian and I haven't seen each other for, like, almost 2 years. 2 to 3 years. The last time I saw him, he did an episode of Hey Down in Front, which has been...
That's a throwback.
That is a throwback. Speaking of which, I was listening to the Happening episode just...
I did that a couple months ago.
Yeah, still fucking funny.
It's so hilarious.
A great fucking episode.
Shit fucking slaps. Yeah. Fucking slaps,
fucking dude. Slaps. Like your mama.
Too soon.
Yeah, so...
Just kidding.
Wait. Mama hasn't recovered yet from that stuff.
No, my mom's still mean.
I am the way I am because my mom slapped me. But yeah, so to let people know, like, me and Ian haven't seen each other. Like, this is the first time we're actually, like, seeing each other, not talking, like, through text or fucking
Instagram or whatever, like, the fuck.
Maybe over 2 fucking
I think it has been, like, 2 years. Because I know Liam was obviously still around. And I think the last time I saw him was, like, a cookout. It was, like, 4th of July, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I think, yeah. Wow, holy shit.
Just ironic because the pool's going to open up next week.
And that's why I contacted you. It's going to be a hot summer and I need a place to soak my nuts.
That's what I told fucking Heather. Like, just fucking contact me again to use the pool, isn't he?
Motherfucker. Hey, man, it's good to see you. I'm going to go jump in your pool.
Yeah, he just wants to use the pool for his testicles.
I know why he's contacting me. I swear to God, I wouldn't do this again. I told myself I wouldn't do it again.
Backslide again.
No, Bryce. No. You can't soak your nuts in my pool. I'm more than a place to soak your nuts.
Oh, shit, dude.
Oh, man. But yeah, this has been fun. When he reached out to me and was like, hey, I want you to be on Dads vs. the World, I'm like, okay, one problem.
Not a dad.
Not a dad. I don't spread my seed. And when I do...
It's in a plastic bag.
I wanted to say something so fucking rude, but it's just like... you'd expect that. Bam! I am Night Shyamalan. I threw a twist in it. I didn't go with the crude joke.
M. Night Shyamalan. I wonder how that show's going.
What show?
The Visitor? No, wait, not The Visitor. The Babysitter? Or maybe it is The Visitor.
Well, I would love to say, I haven't heard of it, so that should show you how it's going, but I don't hear shit.
But Ron Weasley's in it.
See, and that right there is the fucking killer of that dude's career. Because he could be in anything else, and you're like, oh, it's Ron Weasley.
Yeah.
Or fucking Daniel Radcliffe could be in anything else. Oh, it's Harry Potter. It's like, dude, that's your fucking career.
Dude, I heard he was really good in Horns, too.
I saw Horns. It wasn't bad. I didn't really know what to expect, so...
It was weird.
Yeah, when it turned out to be more of a fantasy than horror, I was like, but... I still relatively enjoyed it.
Did you see that one movie called Akimbo Hands that he's in?
I haven't, but I saw like him just fucking guns nailed to his hands. That seems interesting.
It's such a weird concept. I'm like, that's so weird.
Did you see Swiss Army Man?
I want to. It's on Amazon still.
Yeah, I watched that. It's pretty interesting. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, you're just like, what the fuck did I watch? But it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like a fucking Bernie's Weekend, but on an island.
It's definitely, honestly, the fact that you just said it, I'm like, oh. Daniel Radcliffe's character, the Swiss Army Man, is way more useful than Bernie.
Hey, man, he fucking danced and gave plenty of...
Not until the second one, though. In the first one, he's just a fucking corpse. How useful is this shit?
Well, that's where the hijinks comes in, dude. What are you talking about?
Two dudes and their third wheel who just happens to be a fucking corpse.
Try to pick up ladies.
Yes. Bernie, there's just something about you. I mean, you smell like a decomposing body, but you're so sweet and you listen. Get the fuck out of here. That is
unlike any man I've ever met. Yeah. You really listen to me.
He lets me tell my story.
Right? I feel like you understand me.
Yeah. I've never met a man who just listens before. Really? Really? You've never met a man who just listens before?
I'm sure you have. You just friend zoned him. That's all.
I gotta say this. Maybe, just maybe, it's not the men you hang out with. Maybe, just maybe, you're a cunt.
Yeah. Truth.
I've never met a man who just listens to me before. That's either probably because you're a nagging asshole or you have nothing interesting to say. I met a woman before who only said negative things. Only said negative things.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Probably not. But like that, could you imagine spending the rest of your life with a woman who only said negative things?
I do.
You woke up. Mm-hmm. You're only saying that because Heather can't hear you.
Shut up. She's going to hear this in post.
She is going to hear it.
She's going to hear it in post.
This motherfucker, this episode's never coming out. You'll light your laptop on fire.
That's not who I meant to... That's not who I was talking about.
Yeah, I had to take the quick pass.
That's not who I was talking about.
That's what I do. I'm cheap.
God, I was talking about somebody else.
Yeah. No, it's because you imagine that. Can you imagine waking up next to a woman that you want to spend the rest of your life with and saying, "Good morning, sweetheart," and she goes, "Is it?"
Is it though? Because it's kind of hot outside.
She's gonna fucking headbutt you as you go back to sleep.
Fucking fold your
fist. I'm gonna go outside, cut the grass, and maybe put the fucking lawnmower in neutral with the blade still down and lay down in front of it. Because you are fucking killing me.
You're on my last nerve, Debbie! Debbie!
What do you think you're gonna do? I think I'm gonna go out, reorganize the shed, and maybe hang myself with the fucking long extension cord because you are fucking destroying my life.
Fucking Debbie
fucking Downer.
Dude, I love that SNL skit, dude. Debbie Downer.
Who played Debbie Downer? What was her name?
Oh my god.
But yeah, every time she did something, it would zoom in on her face.
Oh my god, her name is...
looking woman.
Her name is on the tip of my fucking tongue, dude.
Sorry, I don't mean to give you an aneurysm. I'm trying to think.
But dude, I love that skit. When my favorite one was obviously when they were in Disney. And they were trying to have a good time at Disney World. And she's just sitting there just like, my doctor told me I can't have kids anymore. And fucking Mickey Mouse is just... Dude, it's so fucking good, man.
Dude, I met a woman like this. She'll never hear this podcast, but I'm still not going to say her name.
Right.
But I did meet a woman like this where everything she talked about was a fucking tragedy. She explained to me, like, how, like, she didn't remember birthdays. She remembered death days. She remembered days people had passed away.
Is it Lydia from fucking...
Beetlejuice?
Yeah, Beetlejuice.
Well be.
Was it Tim Burton's long-lost daughter?
That, honest to God, the fact that, yes, those are great dots to connect. Where it's like, I'm talking to this woman, I was like, you sound like you're reading off of a Tim Burton script. Mm-hmm. Like, who the fuck are you? How have you made it this far in life? And like, I was sitting, we were at an ex-girlfriend's family's house, and this person happens to be a friend of the family. And that family are saints for calling this person a friend, because holy fucking shit. Holidays are hard enough, but when you gotta sit and eat dinner with somebody like that, you're just like, I was gonna use this knife to carve the turkey, but I think instead I'll just fucking slice my ribs open and jump into a goddamn cold bath,
or carve your face.
Yeah. I can stop you from talking.
If only you were this turkey right now.
Fucking plunge that knife right.
I'm gonna baste you so hard.
What happened? I don't know, officer. I don't know. She was gonna cut the turkey. She's always been incredibly depressed. I asked her if she could carve the turkey. I turned around to get the cranberry sauce, and when I came back, the knife was in her face. And she was laying face down. I don't know what happened.
She slipped on the cranberry dish, and it was nuts.
Well, sir, how could she slip on the cranberry dish if you were turning around to get it? Fuck. Got me.
Physics. I don't know, but I'll have
cranberry sauce. I meant gravy. She slipped on the gravy.
I'm not sure how it happened, but I'll have Neil deGrasse Tyson explain it to you. Well, if you really look at the universe as a big cranberry dish, and then take away that thought and then extract it from the realities of the infinite possibilities that is realities, she could very well have possibly fallen onto the knife.
Yeah. Well, if you think of the universe as the cranberry sauce, not necessarily. Imagine the kitchen table. Mm-hmm. Imagine the kitchen table is the universe, and we all know that every now and again in the universe, a black hole just opens. It's exactly what happened to her face. The knife was just the event. And that cop is like, you're coming to jail. You fucking psychopath.
Dude, imagine Neil deGrasse Tyson just fucking as a serial killer explaining.
Oh my God.
That's so fucking funny. Like, and he's being interrogated and he's explaining how he does it.
Yeah. Is it true you said, and this is the event horizon when you plunge the knife into their heart? Yes, I did. Imagine him as the Saw killer. I want to play a game. That kind of sounded like Captain Kirk from Star Trek, but
yeah, I want to play a game.
Yeah. By the time he gets done explaining it, the trap's already
fucking done.
You didn't even give me a chance, you motherfucker. You've just been monologuing this whole time. You're a horrible actor. I hate you.
Oh, fuck.
That's good shit, man.
Well,
now I want to see that. I really want to see that now. Somebody get on it out there. If any Alaskans are still watching.
I really want to know how many wolves you fight on a daily basis. Because I've heard that they can be quite cunts.
Quite cunts. That, I'm putting it down now. That better be the fucking first Dads vs. the World t-shirt ever. And I will buy it. I'll buy multiple ones.
We're going to have someone draw it up.
Stop being quite cunts.
We have to have someone draw it up. Yeah. Look, if there's any artists out there, like, dude, I will take any drawings and turn it into a sticker, magnet, shirt, whatever, dude. I love fucking local artists. I love them.
Fucking A. Yeah.
Look, my wife did that. She's a local artist, and I support her. Dude, I fucking love this fucking sticker, dude. But anyway,
can I snag one of them?
Yeah.
I mean, not that one. You've been promoting it the whole time.
I have a whole fucking stack, dude. I even have a magnet, so if you want to put that on your refrigerator.
Look at that fucking face.
I know, dude. It's fucking pristine, dude.
I love this shit.
That sticker is fucking evergreen.
I love it.
Straight up evergreen.
Did she make you bald or give you a hat?
That's a hat.
Oh, I love it.
And I love how like Kevin looks like he's from
Has Kevin ever made that face in his entire life?
Kevin legit escaped the Israel-Palestine fucking conflict that's going on right now. It's so good.
It's so awesome.
It's fucking
I love that
dude.
shit.
But so we're gonna cut off the stream here in the recording. Thanks again. Next episode we should have Kevin back on unless something crazy happens, but we'll roll with it. But this is Ian and this is our guest host Bryce. Thank you again for coming on, dude.
Ian, thank you for having me. Thanks to all you guys for listening and watching. It was fun. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Sly. Love you. Bye. And we'll put that on there. Bam.